this question here, what would be the cost after 1 year of an item that costs $100 initially? So what it's saying is, if we have a deflation of 7%, and what would the cost be after 1 year? So a couple of ways of doing this. I mean, a lot of students, they want to get 7%, sorry, 7, percent of 100, and they calculate that, and that becomes $7, and then they go 100 minus 7 to give $93, right? But what I'd like everyone to learn is, how can you do that in one go? How can you do it with one calculation? So what I'm asking is, there is a way to do this, to go 100 times something to get 93. And what is that number? What about 100 times what would that give me 93?
0.07, right?
Right. So 0.93 does that make sense? So because
right.
you're actually going, it's 100, times 1 minus 0.07. I think that's what you said. Sorry, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's the key. 100 times 1 minus 0.07 or 0.93. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So one of those, and that's why we did that review of how to get that, because that's going to be so useful for the next question, like the next question, which is, what would be the cost after 20 years of an item that costs $100 initially? After 20 years of this deflation, where deflation means prices going down, right? Or inflation is prices going up, right? And so it's talking about back in the Depression, we had deflation, right, of about 7% per year. So over 20 years, what would it be? Well, I'm just going to do 2 years, right? So 1 year is, you multiply by, I'm just going to put in 0.93, right? And you get $93. But if it deflates again at 7%, you just multiply by 0.93 again to get $86.49. But that's after 2 years. And as we've seen, you can use exponents to go 0.93 to the power of 2. So you can put an exponent there for 2 years, right, to get $86.49, and so on and so forth. And we've done some drills like this, right? So after like 3 years of deflation, it would be something that cost $100 3 years ago now costs $80, right? So all of you, press pause on the video and answer question 43 now. What would the cost of the item be after 20 years? Just press pause on the video and try it yourself. Okay, I hope you've all tried it. So the answer would be, instead of a 3 up there, you'd have like a 20, right? So it's 100 times 0.93 to the power of 20, and you end up with $23.42, right? Or roughly $23, right? And of course, we could have written that with the 1 minus 0.07 if you want to as well. So you can do it this way. 1 minus 0.07, but it's the same thing, right? 0.93, 1 minus 0.07, same thing, right?